Hi, guys, this is Merv the Swerve here. I just want to remind all of you that this drive through is a small part of Durban's rich history. What is history? History is our stories played back to us, reminding us of where we came from, who we were, and who we are right now, and where we at. It's an action replay of the good, bad, and the pretty ugly of our days. I had lots of feedback, more feedback, in fact, after the second video with regards to certain establishments like the Amigos Entertainment Center, Pele's Tobacco, Diners Cafe, and also people spoke about the soccer teams that came from the area. A very special team and one of the best teams in the Durban Football Association came from Victoria Street, 32 Victoria Street, Arcadian Celtic Football Club. They wore green and white, and I was their mascot for many years. And in Prince Edward Street, there was Prince Stars, Prince Lads, Avalon Celtic, and I think Dialbert and Kelly is also in the area. So keep them coming in. I mean, this is rich history, and we want to share it with everyone, and I'm loving it. So today we are going down. This drive-through is going to be just like Victoria and Prince Edward Streets. It had full of life, energy, and culture. I'm talking about Queen Street, now called Dennis Hurley Street, home to Grove Center, Lockhart Building, Rajab Building, and many others. So, okay, guys, let's perambulate down Queen Street on wheels.
So we're here at the top end of Queen Street now, Dennis Hurley Street. To the left, you'll get the workshop, and on the horizon there, the old Durban train station. And right there in front of us in the corner there, the Grosvenor Hotel. It's a very old hotel. I call it the Grand Old Lady of Durban. This section of Queen Street, it's I don't know much about because I never came to this area a lot. Back in the days we used to walk all over, and we used to try and use most of the shortcuts to get into CBD, and the operative word is walk here because we never drove back in the day. We walked all over, and so I'm not too familiar with this area. But on the right here used to be Anklite College, and Anklite College used to be at a Nedbank building, and they somehow grew and they wanted to spread their wings, and they established themselves here on the right. On the left was Commercial City, Commercial Arcade. It will take you to Commercial Road. So as I did say, I'm not too familiar with many stores and buildings here. As we come to Field Street here, which is now called Joe Slovo, that runs across in this intersection. On the left is Field Street parking, and they had their own arcade there, and they had lots of curio shops there. There was a music shop, and there was also a squash center, which was very popular. On the right, there were a few clothing stores and shoe repairs. There was Gangaram clothing store here on the right, and there was also the Tattersall's. It was very busy on a Saturday, people placing their bets on races, guys selling pens and race cards outside. On the left, it's one of the oldest Liberty Liquors in Durban. It's still there. And on the left also there's LCT Center. There used to be a very famous restaurant there called Talk of the Town, and it definitely was the talk of the town. It was a hit with a lot of out-of-towners also. And there was Pandey Studio, photo studio there, where you had to take your film in to get it developed. And on the right corner here, as we approach Albert Street intersection, there also used to be a radio fix at LCT Center, but there used to be the Nedbank at the bottom, and because it was part of Nedbank building on the right here, remember my sister used to work there as a teller. And at this intersection here, on the left across the road, used to be Oriental Bazaar, and it was a huge bazaar. They used to stock a lot of textiles and fabrics, and lots of people in the fashion industry, in the fashion game, in the interior designing used to go there to purchase material for curtains and for dresses and clothing, etc. And on the right were hardware stores. So this is the heart and soul of Queen Street. Lots used to happen here, and it was one of the busiest parts of Queen Street. There were lots of hardware stores. If it wasn't a hardware store, it was a textile store, clothing store. On the left used to be Lockhart Center, and Lockhart Arcade. There used to be Bombay House selling Indian music and fireworks. On the right, the Grove Center, It was home to Module 99 Disco nightclub, and also Regal nightclub used to be here. There was Rams Florist here also, and on the left was Hawk's Nest also, and then on the right there was the back end of Isfahan Arcade. There was International Plaza on the left here. They all had arcades you could go through. So if you wanted to go to the main CBD or the Esplanade, you could walk through every arcade from Leopold Street just by walking through the arcades and get to the Esplanade. But on the right here, there was also Mysteries supermarket. As we approach this building on the right here, the Rajab building, it's still there. Hussein's Pharmacy used to be in the corner here. This was the old Barclays Bank outside this blue strip on the top. It's now First National Bank. I got my Bob T card from there when I was in school. On the left, there was Dr. Chidravi. When I was young, I used to go to him. There was Mahil's, Gangaram Taylor's. And as we approached this intersection of Dr. Yusuf Dadu Street, the old Grey Street, on the left there, you could see at one time it was the oldest, at least at one time it was the largest mosque in the southern hemisphere, the Grey Street Juma Masjid, that is. Although it's called Grey Street Juma Masjid, lots of it was in Queen Street also, because there was an entrance to the masjid in Queen Street. On the right corners, you can see on both corners, Ideal's Outfitters, family-owned business, occupied that, and they were very successful. On the right, there was Sayani Center, which had housed Govind Morar Sports, and also there was the Mahatma Gandhi Reference Library. On the left, there were lots of stores here, cutlery, you name it, utensils and food stores, and there was a butchery there. On the left, there was Cathedral Road. The Cathedral Road Church was there, and the what you call this, Manjaras, the original Manjaras was there. There was a Paris Center that we used to practice our dancing there. So we come to the end of Queen Street, and some of you will recognize and will also remember some of the things that I have forgotten or I have missed out on. So please drop your memories in the comments. It would really help, as we want to spread the word and we want to remind people of what Durban was all about. And so this is a no-name street. I don't know, it still doesn't have a name, but it will take you to Victoria Street, this. And there were lots of stores here also, and there was the Seaman Chetty's Butchery, there was a fish market here. On the left, there was the parking to Victoria Street Market. On the right, there were lots of small stores that used to, there was a cigarette wholesaler here that I knew, and also linen and clothing stores here. So I hope you enjoyed this drive through Queen Street as I did, and it brought back a lot of memories for me, and I hope it did for you. So please, if I left out anything, I'd like you to please contribute. And till the next time, all the best to all of you all. Stay well, keep safe, and ciao for now.